Okay, Social Studies Unit 3. We've already completed lessons 1 and 2 together. However, I'm going to read each lesson just in case, for whatever reason, your pages are blank where there should be answers. Okay, page 67 for lesson 1. Where were California's settlements? I'm just going to read here. All right, page 68. Russian settlements. As the Spanish came from present-day Mexico and settled in California from the south, Russian settlers arrived by sea from the northwest. In 1812, Ivan Kushkov led a group of Russian and native Alaskan fur trappers to a place north of San Francisco. The trappers came to the area to hunt sea otters. They built Fort Ross as a trading post, and within 10 years, the trappers had caught most of the area's sea otters. They tried to farm the land, but they were unsuccessful. So, by the early 1840s, they had left the area. Number 1 says, how was Fort Ross different from the missions and other settlements in what is now California? How is Fort Ross different from the missions that we learned about in previous units? Mexican settlements. As you've learned, Mexico took over the Spanish missions when it won its independence from Spain in 1821. After that, many Mexicans began to move north to California because they wanted farmland. As a result, many missions became Mexican settlements. These settlements were good places to live, farm, and trade because of their locations near the coast. So you had the missions and they became settlements. Over time, cities such as San Diego, Santa Barbara, and San Francisco grew from these settlements. So the settlement started here and then the town grew around it. Okay. Number 2, why were the Mexican settlements good places to farm and trade? Why sounds like a cause and effect question, so you should be looking for an effect clue word in the text. Sutter's Fort. At about the time the Russians were leaving California, new pioneers were arriving. A pioneer is one of the first settlers of a part of a country. One pioneer was John Sutter. You need to know this. In 1841, he built a fort that became known as Sutter's Fort. It was located where the Sacramento and American rivers meet. He sold supplies to people passing through the area. Number 3, underline details about Sutter's Fort. Maybe what I told you you needed to know. On the back is page 70. You can complete that on your own, read the instructions, and yes, you need to do page 70 if you have not done so already.